What is good, guys? Soldier Only here from Sports Nerd Web. This is Sports Nerd Web Weekly. So we'll get right into it. It's actually been slow going lately as far as video games, but I do have a little news. Gears of War 4 is coming out next week, so it is going to start picking up here soon. Because after that, then we have Titanfall 2 at the end of the month, and then at the beginning of next month, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Dishonored 2 is next month as well. There's also Final Fantasy 15, I believe next month as well. So it's definitely going to start picking up soon. In Destiny news, Destiny related, the Iron Banner started today actually. It's the first Iron Banner since Rise of Iron launched. So and there's supposed to be a lot of changes in it too. Um, Bungie said that they streamlined it. They also, I believe that they changed some of the bounties to where they're some of the Iron Banner ones. So now there's like weekly bounties in it. And the Iron Banner, since it lasts a week anyways, so it will last from today. It started today Tuesday, and it will last until the reset next Tuesday. So I've never really gotten into Iron Banner, but I am planning on getting into it when I start playing here after I make this video. So I'm really stoked to check that out. And I'm getting really stoked for Gears of War 4 too. I think it's gonna be really neat. I believe if I remember right, the storyline, it's like 50 years later after the events of Gears of War 3, and as we all know, yeah, we play as JD Phoenix, Marcus Phoenix's son. And there has been gameplay footage of Marcus in it too, so he is in it. He does have a role in it, so it'll be really interesting to see where they go from here. It looks like it's a whole new war pretty much. It's almost like they're restarting a lot of stuff. There's a whole new enemy type. I think they're called the Swarm. So it's gonna be really interesting to see. There's actually a multiplayer mode that I'm really excited to try out in this game as well. It sounds really interesting. It's I can't remember what it's called, but it's I think it might just be called dodgeball actually, but it's pretty much like a dodgeball kind of player PvP mode, where if you kill an enemy on the other team, they're out, and then if a player from that team then kills someone, then that player can come back in. So it's just like how it is in dodgeball, and that can make for some really interesting PvP matches. It seems like. So I'm actually really I've been stoked on it for quite a while since I heard about that mode. I've been really stoked to try it out. So that should be really good. Um, Getting into some movie news, I finally saw Civil War 2 nights ago. I finally watched it, and I thought it was amazing. Even though it is technically Captain America, it's technically the third Captain America film, but it definitely felt like it was like another Avengers. I mean, the action was ramped up just like an Avengers would be, and there was a huge ensemble cast. I mean, granted, we didn't have Thor or Hulk wasn't in it, but we also got to see several new faces as well too. We got to see the. This isn't a spoiler because it was in the preview, so I'm not spoiling anything. But we do see the new Spider-Man. There, we also see the introduction of Black Panther. So it was really good. It's definitely, I would say right now, it's definitely my favorite Captain America one. Um, yeah, I liked it better than Winter Soldier because I liked Winter Soldier better than the first one. That's what I've noticed with these Marvel movies. A few of the times it seems like I'm liking the sequels more than I'm liking the originals, which is kind of rare for a lot of video, like movie series. For instance, Thor, I liked Thor 2 a lot better than I liked Thor 1, even though Thor 1 was good. Cap 2, I liked better than Cap 1. The only exception I will say, though, Iron Man 2 stunk compared to Iron Man 1. Iron Man 3 was better than Iron Man 2, but I think I would still go as far as saying Iron Man 1 is still the best, like in the Iron Man series. But yeah, I really liked Civil War. I I can't wait to see what they do next. The Winter Soldier is rapidly becoming one of my favorite characters in the movies. I just love his whole backstory. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is a twist in Civil War that is amazing. I did not, for once, I didn't see it coming. A lot of times in movies, I kind of see stuff building up, and a lot of the times I kind of see it coming. But there's a twist in this one that I definitely didn't see coming, and it it really changes the dynamic between the Avengers. Like, it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens from there. And then in sports news, my Atlanta Falcons actually beat the Panthers this last week. I was kind of expecting that they would. I knew it'd be a good game, but they played a lot better than even I thought that they would have. I mean, Julio Jones caught for 300 yards. Matt Ryan threw for over 500. The funny thing is, the interesting thing about it is, even though Julio Jones caught for 300 yards, he only had one touchdown. So it's kind of crazy to catch that many yards and only have one touchdown. But I'll take it for sure. A win's a win. Atlanta is 3-1 right now. They're actually leading the NFC South by 2 games. The Saints haven't been, the Saints have been awful so far. And Carolina hasn't been Carolina from last year. So the NFC South is looking really good for Atlanta so far. But I'm not going to get my hopes up too high because Atlanta last year did this. They started 6-0 last year, but then dropped like 8 of the, I don't even know what it was, but I swear it was like 8 of the last like 9 or 10 or something. Like, I think we ended up finishing 8-8 when we won the first 6. So anything can happen. The NFL season is long, grueling, and it's always filled with twists and turns and big surprises and stuff. So yeah, so I'm definitely not gonna get my hopes up too much about it yet, but it's nice to see Atlanta start off strong again. Yeah, Fuchsia's team, Green Bay, had a bye last week, so we didn't see that, so they didn't play. It kind of sucks. I kind of feel for her team, honestly, because I think it kind of sucks having to bye that early in the season. It was only week 4. There was a few years in a row there, like a few years back, when my team, the Atlanta Falcons, was having their bye weeks only 4 weeks into the season. And I don't know, I think the last year or two, or the last couple of years, they've kind of had it more about at the halfway point, which, if I played football, I think that's when I would really like it. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for this week's episode. Last week we had Fuchsia on it. And what I'm gonna get into, I'm actually gonna announce this Thursday is gonna be the premiere of a new show that we're gonna be doing with Fuchsia. It's gonna be pretty much like last week's episode of Sports Nerd Web Weekly was. Like this show here on Tuesdays is gonna be mainly just me, just pretty much about video games, sports, and all that. But Thursday is gonna be our show, Scattered Thoughts, on Thursdays, that we'll put up. It'll be posted just like how this is on YouTube and the website and on the Facebook page and all that. But it's a more like unscripted, just discussion show about anything, really. It can be just whatever's going on at the time. Just camera, a couple microphones, and just talking, whatever. So. I'm really excited to see how that turns out. I had a lot of fun on last week's episode. The 2 times we've had her on this show, I think both videos went about 20 minutes, a little over. These, when it's just me solo, they tend to be anywhere from about 6 to 12. I think 12 or 14 is like the longest that I've done. So, and our podcasts that we do are only 15 minutes at the moment too. So it's short bursts of the content that we're creating right now, but we have a lot of fun doing it. And stay tuned to our channel. Hit the sub button if you like our content and want more in the future. You can follow. You can also follow our website for all the news too. That's at sportsnerdweb.wordpress.com. You can follow us on Twitter at sportsnerd48. I also tweet every time I go live on my live Twitch streams. That's at twitch.tv/soldieronly. So I'll see you next week, And you have a good week. We'll see you then. Cheers.